It's joined now by one UAE energy company. It's a real pleasure to have on the Business Breakfast founder and CEO of Yellow Energy, Jeremy Crane. Morning, Jeremy.
Hi, good morning. Good to be here.
Let's look forward to ADIPEC and some of the themes there. The fusion of the good old-fashioned world of hydrocarbons and oil and gas with your world of solar and green energy and artificial intelligence. What are you expecting?
Look, I think ADIPEC is always a fantastic opportunity to see the latest trends. We're really looking forward to the continued trend towards clean energy. We see so many businesses looking to save money, looking to reduce their carbon footprint and take the big step into the future.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Yellow and your journey. Founded 10 years ago, congratulations. I saw your post on LinkedIn recently. You supply, and I'm going to simplify here, solar panels to businesses so that they can reduce their electricity bill. You do that in 7 countries, including here in the UAE. And I note that, 3 years ago now, 2002, majority stake in your company was bought by the private equity firm Actis for $400 million. So quite the scale you've achieved over that decade or so. Explain in simple terms what you do and how it benefits not just the companies you work for, but the wider community.
Right. Well, look, and everyone has a line item on their P&L for energy. And our goal is to reduce the cost of energy while providing a clean solution. So yes, solar panels on rooftops is the game, but our particular approach is to do it through a long-term power purchase agreement or equipment lease. So the upfront cost is covered by us. We're the investor, we're the owner and operator, and we provide surety of supply. And it goes from businesses like Nestle, who are very concerned about their carbon footprint, to heavy industries, cement, steel, who are really focused on the cost of energy. Everyone is making a shift to try to reduce cost and clean their footprint.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. And it, to me, begs the question, well, why isn't everybody doing this? Because as successful as you've been, it's still very much a minority of companies that are using this kind of technology. What are the bottlenecks or barriers?
Look, it is a long-term commitment, right? So you don't step into a contract with us or panels on a building unless you have a 10+ year building business life. So if you're a short-term renter, that might be a constraint. I think there's obviously, of course, regulatory constraints as well. Right in Dubai, there's a limited amount of capacity that can be put on. Dubai's been very successful at adopting solar, but that also creates congestion on the grid. We see a huge uptick in Abu Dhabi at the moment. A lot of big businesses there are adopting solar. And so that's where probably the huge amount of the shift in focus is for ourselves and others in our industry.
And finally, got to ask you about the buzzword artificial intelligence. We're here in Abu Dhabi this week for AI Week, presented by Presight in partnership with Microsoft. You know that everyone's talking about it. Within your specific world over the past 10 years, and indeed more recently, what role, if any, is AI playing, and will it play going forward?
Well, look, as every business that can attest, it's touching everything. But specific for us, what we see is a huge benefit of having AI in our energy management systems, being able to make quick decisions specifically in hybrid systems where we've got solar and battery and generators, being able to choose and dispatch the most efficient resource using predictive models of what the consumption is going to be and what the generation is going to be is very beneficial for our customers and for our returns. And then secondly, on the maintenance, knowing when to dispatch cleaning crews, obviously dusty environment we live in, and being able to maximize the performance of our assets through better monitoring and dispatch of people to clean is a big thing as well.
Jeremy, great talking to you. Appreciate your time this morning. Thanks very much indeed for sharing that with us. Jeremy Crane is the founder and CEO of Yellow Door Energy, provides solar energy to companies, not just here in the UAE, but across the region. One of the companies that's going to be at ADIPEC this year, it is happening early November here in Abu Dhabi. And looking at the numbers, 205,000 people they're expecting this year. I mean, I've been to ADIPEC, I go most years, and it's always busy. 205,000 people. Quite the event. You're listening to The Business Breakfast.